Hello everyone. Finally back on YouTube after a while. I mentioned about wanting to go back on doing videos recently. Finally, I have today. Um, Recording it with the phone, so if the graphics are not that great. If you think the sound is pretty shitty, do tell me. I'll try to work something out. So yesterday I tweeted something about games that you should be considering in getting, considering its sales period. Black Friday is happening tomorrow, Malaysia time, in 2 days if you're on the States. Um, but technically, if you're talking about Black Friday games, it's because you are quite picky in what sort of games that you're going to spend on. Um, Basically, you don't want to spend on something just for the sake of it, and you're probably being very picky with what games you play, and you have little time, so you don't just buy games, because that's how we do it. So yesterday I listed three games that you should be looking into. Most of these games are actually all of them would be on discount considering they've been out for a while, and but there are lots of titles that's out and they're going to be on discount. But these are the titles that I feel will give you the best bang for the buck. First one is going to be Titanfall 2. A lot of controversy when the game came out. People are talking about it's coming out between Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty. Why are they doing this? Everyone's going to be focusing on these two big titles. They're going to ignore it, which is true, which is what happened. But I say this is the game that stands out from the two of them. It's not that Battlefield 1 isn't that great, but I felt that the setting can be very, very taxing on some people. The story is fun, but the fact that the guns and the technology is so far back that it's so hard to enjoy, at least in my personal view. I prefer a more accurate setting, accurate guns, accurate machines, accurate vehicles. And then Call of Duty, I haven't actually played it, but based on the reviews, from the looks of it, it's more of on the low side than the high side. I've seen a lot of gameplays, I've seen a lot of intros and everything. Even had a few interviews with them. Not really sold on the idea yet. Uh, so possibly you want to try something new because at the end of the day, what beats controlling robots beating each other out? So Titanfall's fun. Single player is fun. Finish the single player around 5 to 6 hours. You'll have fun at it. If you jump onto the multiplayer side of things, it's a bit different. So you might really want to consider something that's a bit different than the typical first-person shooter. Highly recommended. I've been playing a lot of it on PS4. I think the free DLC's season pass is coming out soon. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but yeah, it's a really really good game. Second one would be Overwatch. I've been playing Overwatch since release on the PS4, and it's one of those games that you know it's gonna be there in the long haul. Um, they've been receiving tons and tons of updates since it released. The player pool has been increasing a lot. It's easy to pick up. It's fun. You don't feel left out. Apart from your rankings, from your skill level, which is probably like 1 or 2 when you start, you are in no way behind anyone who's been playing it for 3 4 months, because at the end of it it's all about skill, and you can choose what sort of skill you want. So I think that's the biggest drive and biggest attraction to Overwatch. um, you'll never know whether Overwatch 2 is going to come out, because at the number of updates that's been coming out, there's no point of creating Overwatch 2, because each update, each tweak that they put to it makes it a different game. So you will not, well, I'm willing to put my bottom dollar that you will not feel that you spent pointless money if you get Overwatch, because I pretty much be playing it in the next half a year, probably a year or two, even 2 3 years. It's gonna be like a World of Warcraft thingy again. The next one and the third one of the list is XCOM 2. XCOM 2 came out last year on the PC. Had massive fun on it. I kind of created, not created, kind of installed a lot of mods on it on PC. Had lots of fun. Loved the first XCOM. Enjoyed the second one even better. Different setting, but it's a bit more. I don't know. It's grittier compared to the first one. You're in the back foot, so you're constantly struggling trying to get through it. I was recently released on PS4. If I'm not mistaken, it should be on discount as well, considering the length since it was released. So XCOM 2 is more of a slow burner, but if you enjoyed the strategy side of things, it's something that you will not regret, because I assure you you're probably gonna put 20 to 40 hours into it, not on one gameplay, because you'll be trying different scenarios. You'll probably load a lot of them, because some of your favorite soldiers die. But yeah, it's one of all. It's the same theme with all these three games. It's the bang for the buck because if you are looking at discounted games now, you are privy to your expenditure, and that way you want to get something that you feel that when you spend on it, you get the most out of it. And this are not only great games, but great games that will satisfy you in the long haul, at least until next year. In case you want to try something new like Final Fantasy 15 or whatever. So there they are again: Titanfall 2, Overwatch, and XCOM 2. So all of them are available across all platforms. Yeah, across all platforms. So do have a look. They check out Steam, check PSN, whatever. They should be a discount bit. So that's all we have. Oh yeah, yeah. The extra game that I want to talk about is Masquerada. I'm not saying this because I know the developers personally, but because it's genuinely a fun game. It's not that expensive, so give it a go. Just check the trailers. It's out on YouTube. We spoke about it quite a number of times. It's one of those standout titles from the Southeast Asian region. You might not like it. Some people might not be a fan of the art style. To each their own, but I would highly recommend it. Again, if you're looking for a good game at a reasonable price that you will be playing for a considerable time. So yeah, so that's all for now. Do leave anything down there if you think that you want me to talk about. I'll try to keep this episode something like this daily. It's a bit rough. I'm sorry about it, but yeah, that's how I intend it to do because I don't want to put too much of a high production value on this yet. Um, Drop your comments, drop your suggestions, and if you want me to talk about something, just do tell me. You can reach me on Twitter. You know where to find me. All right. See you later, guys.